Katrina's Pets is a special report from PetStyle in honor of the family members lost in the terrible floods and storms that affected the New Orleans and Mississippi areas, and a celebration of hope for the future. This original program looks back at the devastation and the people and pets who found themselves in extraordinary peril. It also looks at the amazing grassroots efforts of hundreds of groups and individuals dedicated to saving lives, restoring pets to their owners where possible, and placing many more with new families around the country. Finally, Katrina's Pets brings us up to date with what's happening in the New Orleans area today and what the future holds for those pets and their owners. Please join us for this extraordinary PetStyle program, Katrina's Pets.
It is estimated that over 100,000 dogs and cats in the Gulf Coast region were displaced by the storm.
What's up? Are you letting me learn from making all my own mistakes? Huh?
Quickly, North Shore Animal League assembled and mobilized an emergency response team. The team consisted of veterinarians, technicians, and a multitude of animal handlers, drivers, and rescue workers. North Shore Animal League's goal was to rescue as many of our canine and feline friends as possible. North Shore Animal League teamed up with the enthusiastic staff of the Greater Birmingham Humane Society. Together, their task was to alleviate pressure on the overburdened southern shelter system. The object was to make room for the newly homeless animals en route from New Orleans and the surrounding areas of devastation. Shelter animals were evaluated by Dr. Ognebeni, prepared for transport, and loaded onto North Shore's mobile units for the trip back to New York. This is Fozzie. Fozzie's coming with us to North Shore Animal League today. He was here at the Greater Birmingham Humane Society since July. He was dropped off by his owners after Hurricane Dennis. They had lost their home and they weren't able to take care of him. So he's going to find a new home up in New York. The team's next mission employed a similar strategy in Jackson, Mississippi. On the way to Jackson, however, they encountered families displaced by the hurricane that needed help. One was a woman in her pajamas who just rescued her dog from her home.
Yes, till today. We expected to go back for recovery, and he come walking around. I was like, oh my God.
Another was a father with his 4 daughters. They had been living out of their car for a week with a small white dog they'd found and named Katrina.
It used the bathroom.
Has he eaten?
Very little.
So you offered him some food and he didn't really?
He ate those hot dogs.
So he went to the bathroom and
Yeah.
how was his stool?
Looked all right.
Looked all right, so he did go.
Looks like he was recently groomed.
Hi,
That's
Boo.
all I thought.
Yeah.
He was green.
This is a short haircut.
It's all right,
It's a
it's all right,
short
it's all
what?
right.
It's a short haircut.
Oh, I thought she's calling me.
Because this is all short and this is all long. So
Yeah.
this is what his fur is really going to look like when it's fully grown. Yeah.
He's got a little cut. That cut should be okay. Hi, Boo. Hi, Boo. The emergency response team finally arrived to find the makeshift animal shelter in Jackson filled to capacity. The new arrivals included hundreds of animals that had been struggling to survive in the decimated shelters of the Gulf Coast. While in Jackson, Dr. Ognebeni examined the animals with the help of a team member, Jen Lewis. Once the animals were cleared for the trip, the team began to load them onto the mobile unit for the ride back to Birmingham. As they paraded ahead, 1 and 2 at a time, these happy-go-lucky hurricane survivors appeared as if they hadn't been through anything at all. Or maybe it was just that they knew that they were going to a better place. North Shore's mobile unit was met in Birmingham by an overwhelming community support. It was here that a hands-on labor of love readied the exhausted victims for their journey back to safety. Volunteers of every age and background came together to feed, bathe, and offer comfort to these homeless victims. Not all of the animals evaluated were in perfect health. While the resilience of these survivors was truly amazing, stress and exposure to both hostile environments and infectious pathogens creates a recipe for disease. Yeah, this guy, he just came in from Jackson, so he's one of the sicker ones. He's got a cold and he's coughing a lot. He doesn't look like he feels too well, so I'm taking him inside right away. I'm going to examine him and get him on some medication.
So showed her how to wrap him up and hold him.
Hey, bud.
He's doing better. He's doing better.
You were the one that gave him a bath? Was he all right for the bath?
He wanted out.
He wanted out.
Wanted out.
Hi. Aw. You look a little
I'd like
freaked
for you to
out.
hold me up your face in your hand.
Aw, let me see. How old are you? Oh, you're a youngin' too. You're a youngin'. How was she for her bath?
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like a warrior who doesn't like dogs, but other than that, she stood there.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
Like what?
Like the organization that they had and the volunteer capacity they had for these 30 animals. They've been back for now, I guess, maybe 30 minutes, and all 30 animals are bathed and almost medicated and put in cages. The destruction of the Gulf Coast animal shelters was not without its host of brave shining stars and happy endings. One such victim, Abby, a very special Basset mix, survived the aftermath of the storm for over a week on her own. Upon her rescue, she won the hearts of all she encountered. Beth O, North Shore Animal League's lead spokesperson and animal activist, was on hand to help when Abby descended from the mobile unit.
How old do you think she really is?
She's young. I put her as about a year old.
How much bigger will she get?
I don't think she'll get much bigger
This is
than
the
she
perfect
is right
size.
now. Yeah. The successfully organized relief work in Jackson and Birmingham gave little hint as to the hardships that lay in store for animals and rescue workers alike. Through word of mouth, North Shore Animal League heard about the Humane Society of Louisiana, who relocated to Tylertown, Mississippi after their shelter was destroyed by the hurricane. The emergency response team decided that would be their next stop.